This will be a quick walkthrough of the app Min Firma or My Firm for non-Swedish users, since I have quite little time now in the holidays, and I don't have the time to translate the whole app right now. So if we start with this first view, it's a quick overview of your company's current status, and what is very important is that all these values over here, we have profit, and this is your salary after all the taxes have been accounted for. And what is very important is that for these values to be correct, you must input all of your incomes and costs of your company into the log, and you must also enter how much salary you have if you get salary from other companies outside your own company. Then you must fill it in here. And that's because your taxes are based on not only the incomes you have in your company, but also other incomes you have beside the company. So we can start with this view, actually, the settings view. Here you set what age you are, if you're below 26 years old, or if you're an adult or over 65 years old. It affects your taxes, and here you set your salaries that you have outside the company, and you can set them either on a monthly basis or on a yearly basis. And that's the toggle here, månadslön, that means on a monthly basis, and årslön, that's on a yearly basis. And hit done. And let's go back to the first starting view, and I'll try to explain all the different texts and values here. Yeah, like I said earlier, here is your profit, and here is the salary you can withdraw from your company after all the taxes have been accounted for. Right now it's 77,000 crowns, and that corresponds to about 6,500 crowns per month. It's just this value divided by 12. Over here you see a bar where you can see how much you've already withdrawn of your salary, and that's the amount here. So we can see that in this company we have withdrawn 23,000 Swedish crowns, and we have 54,000 left. And then this value here is how much you have left divided on the months you have left in the year. So you know, okay, I can, right now it's December, so it doesn't show any difference, but it's how much you can withdraw from your company per month remaining. Up here at the top you can quickly make a new withdrawal. If you, for example, withdraw a paycheck from your company, then you're entering, just enter a title here, like December salary, and then you can enter the amount. Let's say 10,000 crowns. And then you have cancel button and a withdraw button. We click withdraw or ta ut, and as you can see, this bar here gets a little bit more progress, and you can see that you have a little bit left to withdraw from your company. Okay, over here at the top right, we have a button for displaying all the calculations, all the tax calculations, and this is pretty much, but it basically just states your incomes in the company, your costs, and then it calculates the profit. And of the profit, you have different types of what's it called? Of your profit, you can not 100% of your profit you need to pay taxes for. You just you only pay taxes for 75% of your profit, and then you take those remaining 25% and bring them back as an income next year. It's a little tricky, but it's part of the tax system here in Sweden. You don't need to worry about it. Here you have your egenavgifter. That's your employment fees for yourself in the company. And then you have taxes. It calculates your total income, both with the company and outside the company. And then it calculates the taxes. And then it's a summation of everything. If you need to go into specifics, maybe you can ask a Swedish-speaking friend. Okay, back here we have 3 different calculators. There's an income calculator, a cost calculator, and an invoice calculator. If we start with the income calculator, here you can enter a value for an income. Maybe you have an invoice of 20,000 crowns, and you want to know how much of that money you want to you can withdraw as salary of your company. And here's the amount, and then here you can specify what VAT value-added tax rate you have, and the most common is 25%, or if you just enter the value without any VAT, you press 0%. And afterwards, here you can see how that particular income affects your salary, both before taxes and after taxes. And it's really this figure, the after taxes number, that you are mostly interested in, because that's how much money you actually can withdraw from your company and still have money left for all the taxes. And then at the bottom here you have a button for adding this particular income to your log so that it will be accounted for. And if we do that, we can specify a title, maybe App Store Revenue. And here's the amount. You can specify the VAT once again and a date. And then we can save it or cancel it. Let's save it. Yeah, and that's it. Then the other counters. Here's the cost counter. You can compare 2 costs, or just check how much one cost affects you. This whole calculator, with this you can, for example, if you want to buy a computer in your company and it costs 10,000 crowns in the store, and you pay 25% VAT normally, you want to know how much does this cost affect my individual salary that I get out from my company. And then you can specify the amount here. Choose the tax rate, usually 25%. And then here you get the amount that that is how much lower will my salary be if I buy this thing. And as you can see, it's quite profitable to buy things in your company. You could also, as I mentioned earlier, compare two costs with each other, and then you just fill in another cost, and here you can watch them both and see the difference. And as before with the income, you can add one of the costs to your log, and then the costs will be accounted for. And that's it. Then we have the invoice calculator, and here you can check how big how big the amount you want to invoice if you want a particular salary afterwards. For example, if you say if you're planning to go on a vacation and you know, okay, if I'm gonna take this, if I'm gonna do this amount of work, I want to know, I want to ensure that I at least get 10,000 crowns of it in the end. So you can fill in how much you want, and then you can specify if that amount is before taxes or after taxes, and often you want to know what is you want to count with taxes. So then you check this table cell, and then you can see here how what amount you need to have on your invoice that you'll send to your clients in order to have your desired salary. So if you want to have 10,000 crowns, you need to invoice for 18,000 crowns. And as before, you could add this to your log by clicking here. Okay, so that's this whole view and all the different calculators. If we go to the log, here you can see all your incomes, that's intäkter, costs, that's kostnader, insättningar, that's deposits. Maybe you're doing an investment and you transfer 20,000 crowns from your personal bank account to your company's bank account. Then the company has a debt to you, and then you want to put it in as a deposit, and those get listed here. And then you have uttag, and that's withdrawals, your different salaries. Yeah, and that's it. And you can also sort this by type or by date. And this is a edit button. You click it and you can edit all the different log items, or you can delete them. And from this view you can also add new log items to your company's record. And this is the only place where you can add a deposit. For example, if you go and buy stuff for your company but using your personal credit card, then you should add it as a deposit, because then your company is borrowing money from you. And this is the same old view that we have seen before when adding log items from the different calculators. It's just the same. Just write a title, enter the amount, And for deposits, there's obviously no VAT, and then you can add a date. Hit cancel or save. Decide to cancel it. And well, that's pretty much it. I hope I've explained everything you didn't understand. I hope there weren't any Swedish words left out, but you could just email me at minfirma@mralec.se as usual, and I can answer all the questions. Thanks for buying this app and supporting me. Bye.